Good afternoon, everyone. Merry Christmas to you all joining me today. Global Warming Policy Forum, new study, cosmic rays, much greater impact on Earth's climate than the models suggest. Actually, 7 times more effect than previously thought. Heinrich Svensmark, he got it. Weather anomalies spreading across the planet. Massive snows of almost 12 feet in the Alps. First time in 71 years, rivers freezing in Korea, and a crypto crackdown. A bank threatens to close a customer's account because, he's using his own funds to buy cryptocurrency? Now they're just making the rules up as they go along. And while you're watching the video, please remember to subscribe to Adapt 2030 and click that bell so you can get the latest updates. Now, if you've not been following the work of Heinrich Svensmark, he was the first one about 10 years ago to come out and say that cosmic rays indeed induce more cloud cover on our planet. And as we head into the grand solar minimum, look for more cloud cover that's going to have sort of a feedback loop and an albedo effect as we get into greater cloud cover with more volcanism, adding to different cloud layers, and look for more dropouts, atmospheric compression events, etc. He was defunded. He had to get his own money to come out with his own research. People tried to destroy his reputation, and there was a purposeful misrepresentation of what he said and what his findings were. Now, fast forward to 2017, new study. Cosmic rays, solar activity have a much greater effect on our Earth's climate than the models suggested. What's this study all about? More cloud condensation nuclei means more clouds and a cold decade-or climate. This comes from Svensmark. Now, peer-reviewed research saying the exact same thing, coming to the exact same conclusions a decade later. But nobody would listen to him and take him seriously, and now here we are 10 years later, have wasted time when we could have been preparing for this event coming. And it's actually a great read. It talks about why the particles from space are important on Earth's climate. It details the medieval warming period, 1000 AD, and then the Little Ice Age, and how we undulate naturally in our climate. Not CO2, not you, cosmic rays, and effects from our sun. And lo and behold, they actually found a correlation for the last 10,000 years temperature changes to effects from the sun, not CO2. This is how landmark this is, literally. The report goes on to talk about the effects of the cosmic rays are 7 times greater than previously thought on the formation of the clouds, the inducing of the clouds, and what effects this have on our weather and how fast things are going to change. So the 1x ramp up over X amount of time, we're going to have to start thinking in 7x variables from this point forward. Speaking of which, weather anomalies are spreading across the world. Coldest summer for 100 years in Queensland, Australia. Earliest ice formation, 71 years on the Han River, South Korea. 3.5 meters of snow in Germany. 3 feet is a meter for those of you watching in the U.S. First of all, let's start off in the Alps. This is how much snow has fallen over a single storm. This is not normal. In Germany, the roads are cut off, the fuel deliveries are cut off. This is how much snow it has come down in a single storm. And you can see why the infrastructure's having trouble keeping up at the moment, including heating with the homes, the roads that are coming in, the hospitals that are not being supplied, the stores that are running out of supplies. Emergency shelters, this is what they dug out to the doorway to even get in. So imagine you're driving along, you got stuck in this storm, and then this is where you find shelter, but you have to dig it out to actually get to the doorway. These are the types of intensifications that would be coming along with A, the grand solar minimum, and B, what Heinrich Svensmark has forecast, along with John Casey, Piers Corbin, Rolf Witche, Ben Davidson, and the list does go on. So let's jump over to South Korea. Now, if it's supposed to be getting warmer year upon year, as global warming forecasts have said, why is it the first time in 71 years that these Korean rivers are freezing? This is on a 9-year cycle of pulse water, which David Dilley clearly states that this year in the Arctic we were going to get a cooler than normal pulse going in, And this would be on a multiple of 9 for the cycle years. So 8 cycles of 9, 72. And here we are at 71 years and the ice is already coming. So next year, look for an amplification and an increase in the ice buildup as well. And a viewer of mine sent this in to me. Crypto crackdown begins. A bank threatens to close a customer's account because they're using their own money through a legal entity of Coinbase, which Americans are allowed to use Coinbase to purchase cryptocurrency. They offer Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash at the moment, all regulated by the SEC, all perfectly legal as an American citizen to buy through Coinbase. It's actually set up for Americans to purchase. Yet an American wants to use his own money that he worked for at his own job that he keeps in an American bank, and now that bank is saying, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to purchase cryptocurrency. It's now a policy violation that needs to be discontinued immediately. So this is just a crackdown from financial institutions, and it's begun. This bank, Lakestone Bank and Trust. And here's the letter that they'd sent to him. I found this off the news feed. I thought I'd present it to you on how they clearly state they just made up the rule. Well, suddenly, you with your own money are not allowed to buy crypto using your own money. But the social media hounds went to town and dropped this thing down to 1.1. I actually think it should be negative 100.1. When things like this happen, as the public, we should fight back with our money. Just everybody pull their money out of the bank. They only listen to voting with your dollar, period. And if every Lakestone customer was to pull their money out, and when they did, they explained that, hey, you can't tell me not to buy crypto, I bet this would cease in about 30 seconds or less. Anyway, happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video.